Hello, and thank you so much for listening to the first ever episode of the Thinking in English podcast. This is Tom, the founder of Thinking in English, talking to you from the future, about 150 episodes further into the podcast. When I started Thinking in English, right when I recorded this episode you're about to listen to, in September 2020, I didn't have a microphone. I don't think I even recorded the episode with headphones, so there was no microphone whatsoever. The content was not the same as I record now. So I just want you to be aware that it gets better. Actually, I probably recommend skipping forward to the most recent episodes I've recorded. There's no order or sequence to the episodes I do, they're normally not that related. So, yeah, skip forward and listen to some recorded with this much better microphone. But thank you so much for trying to listen to the first ever episode. And if you still do want to listen, yeah, please go ahead. I think it's actually still quite good, even if the sound sounds as if I'm a robot speaking in a cave. But yeah, thank you. Hello, I'm Tom Wilkinson, and welcome to the Thinking in English podcast, a podcast aimed at intermediate to advanced level English learners. Thinking in a foreign language is a vital step on the road to fluency, and this podcast aims to help you achieve this by discussing various topics, ranging from current events to science, philosophy, economics, and much more. On today's episode, we will explore some of the lesser-known benefits of learning a language. But first, here's today's vocabulary list. Cognitive. Cognitive. Of, relating to, being, or involving conscious intellectual activity, such as thinking, reasoning, or remembering. For example, researchers are debating whether heading balls can dent the cognitive skills of young soccer players for life. Longevity. Longevity. A long duration of individual life, or remaining popular for a long time. For example, for longevity in car design, you really need to keep it simple. Functionality. Functionality. The quality of being useful, practical, and right for the purpose for which something was made. For example, in civil engineering, a major component of functionality is safety. Multitask. Multitask. To do more than one thing at a time. For example, there's a stereotype that women tend to multitask better than men do. Counterintuitive. Counterintuitive. Something that is counterintuitive does not happen in the way you would expect it to. For example, steering a sailboat is counterintuitive. You push the tiller the opposite way to the way you want to go. Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's. A disease of the brain that mainly affects old people and results in the gradual loss of memory, speech, movement, and the ability to think clearly. Dementia. Dementia. A medical condition that affects especially old people, causing the memory and other mental abilities to gradually become worse and leading to confused behavior. For example, the most common form of dementia is Alzheimer's disease. If you are listening to this podcast, it is almost certain that you are trying to improve or keep up your English level. But why learn English? Or for that matter, why learn any foreign language? Maybe it is to help with your career goals, for education, to make travelling easier, or simply because you enjoy English. However, language learning also provides a number of major cognitive benefits that can help improve the performance, health, and longevity of your brain. While it has long been known that bilingual and multilingual children benefit from their language knowledge, adult learners also experience positive consequences. For instance, studies have shown that language learners in general perform better on standardized exams than monolingual students. In particular, language learning seems to help mathematics, reading, and vocabulary scores. Possibly, this is due to the problem-solving skills that studying English helps to develop. Recognizing vocabulary, understanding meaning, and being able to correctly use a foreign language challenges your brain to work in new ways. Of course, other activities can help improve your brain's functionality. Solving brain teasers like crosswords or Sudoku, reading, and learning new skills can all have positive effects. However, language learning involves many different parts of the brain and helps to develop connections between different areas. In fact, learning a language can improve overall memory and your ability to multitask. If you speak more than one language every day, of course you become skilled at switching between different vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation structures. Remembering rules and words is like exercise for the brain. The more you do this exercise, the stronger your brain will become. Multilingual people practice recalling things every day and often use different languages at the same time. So it is natural for them to have strong memories and multitasking ability. Moreover, studying a foreign language will help you improve your own native language. I know this might seem counterintuitive to some people. All the new words and rules going into your brain must be confusing, right? But it can actually help you focus on and understand better grammar, vocabulary, and sentence structure. For example, ever since I began studying foreign languages, my knowledge of English has definitely improved. I am more aware of how language can be used, changed, and adapted. And I think I am a much better communicator and writer because of it. Finally, learning a language can have real health benefits. Several studies have shown that it can prevent or delay diseases like Alzheimer's and dementia. For example, the average age of dementia for monolingual people is 71.4 years old, compared to 75.5 years old for those who speak 2 or more languages. So here is today's final thought. If there are so many benefits to studying English and other foreign languages, not simply in terms of employment and qualifications, but also in health and well-being, should language learning be recommended as part of a healthy lifestyle? We are already encouraged to exercise regularly, eat healthily, and ensure we rest for sufficient time. Surely the improvements to brain functionality, cognitive ability, and memory would justify learning a language's inclusion. Many parts of the world are beginning to struggle with the impact of aging populations. As we get older, cognitive decline, in other words, the slowing down of our brain, is a reality. Thousands of people around the world are diagnosed with diseases such as dementia every year and require expensive treatment and care for the remainder of their lives. Furthermore, less serious problems with brain functionality, ranging from memory loss to brain fog, affect a large proportion of elderly people. Could promoting language learning and encouraging bilingual populations help to improve the quality of life for future generations? Or could investing in learning resources even save money in the long term by potentially reducing future care costs? Memory, multitasking, and other cognitive abilities are incredibly important in allowing elderly people to remain independent for longer. What do you think? Thank you for listening to today's episode of Thinking in English. Share with your friends, check out our social media links in the description, and send us a message. We appreciate all feedback and constructive criticism. If you have any ideas for topics, future podcast guests, or other learning formats, please let us know. And please leave us a rating. Thank you, and see you next time.